Senator, as far as Tom Price is concerned, you heard some of the tough questions, the accusations that he was trading in healthcare stocks while pursuing legislation that would directly affect those companies. From your perspective, was that a disqualifying maneuver?
Wolf, there was a fairly disturbing amount of dancing going on there by Congressman Price, both in not answering in a forthright way questions about his plans for providing health care for the American people once the ACA is repealed, which is President Trump's promise, and not being forthright about his investments and whether or not those investments were a real conflict of interest. If the facts prove out, as suggested in the hearing clip that you provided and that I've seen in the press publicly, I think it would be a disqualifying act and something that ought to be investigated further.
Why are you opposing Nikki Haley to become the next U.S. ambassador to the UN?
Well, I know there's very few who share that position. She did very well in her confirmation hearing in front of the Foreign Relations Committee. And as governor, she did take a brave stand about removing the Confederate flag from the state capitol in South Carolina. She was very likable and very engaging. But in her testimony in front of the committee, up front, she said, "I have a great deal to learn about foreign policy." She frankly will be one of the least experienced UN ambassadors in American history. And I just felt it was important to vote based on her qualifications. I am optimistic she'll learn the role and she will grow into it. But given the number of conflicts we face around the world, and given the tough competitors at the United Nations, top diplomats from countries like Russia and China and Iran, I don't think this is the sort of job, Wolf, where we ought to send someone who's learning on the job.
Senator Chris Coons, thanks very much.
Thank you, Wolf.
Coming up, more on this.